Yo,
Another one.
Lego Transformers 2007 movie Jazz. Version 3.
Come on, Decepticon, bump!
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Savior. Let's get right into it.
My first lieutenant. Designation Jazz.
Some of y'all still sleep. Okay, now here we got my boy Jazz in his Pontiac Solstice GXP vehicle mode, clocking in at about 10 hours of build time and scaling in at about 8 inches long from the front of his vehicle mode to the tail fin. Now, I like Jazz. You know, he turns into this cool looking car, he's got a cool looking robot mode at the same time. But not for nothing, he a little on the small side, you feel me? Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, he could do with a couple of more inches in that robot mode there. See, now that's what you're not gonna do. Like, you're not really about to disrespect my mans in his own video right now, Brody. Cause he may be small, but he stay ready to put in work in both modes.
Hey, yo!
Okay, but here's the thing though, right? This is the version 3, so this is at least my third attempt at trying to design this guy. But the crazy thing about that is, Jazz isn't a hard transformer to build, so why did it take me 3 versions to get him right? Well, for starters, we gotta take it all the way back to answer that question. Like to the version 1 back, Brody. Okay, so here we have like a 2-year-old version 1 Jazz. And honestly, the vehicle mode was never the issue when I was designing this guy. It was always the robot mode. No! This robot mode isn't that bad, but it's just no. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody asked me who this was and I told them this is 2007 movie Jazz, they would just be like, no. You know what I mean? Like that would just be the response. Like, it looks cute, but it's just the proportions and the lack of articulation that are really killing this guy. And the explanation for that is just that my build experience now is not what it was 2 years ago, and I didn't have nearly as many gray pieces as I do now. Okay, now fast forward to the version 2 now.
Nice.
And you know what? We could have stopped here. Like, I'ma just keep it a buck. This version 2 was not that bad. I would give this guy a good 7 out of 10, honestly. This time around, we got the proportions a little bit better, but the articulation was still lacking and the details weren't as sharp as they could have been. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do him over one more time. Just one more time. Because me know say, if me I drop one version 3 on the channel, because I have more Lego, it'll come out nice and clean and pretty and thing for true. And then boom, drop the version 3. Just flames everywhere. Had to bring the extinguisher out before recording. Okay, but seriously though, if you guys are interested in having me build and review your favorite Lego mechs or Transformers on the channel here, consider becoming a Super Say. The membership link for that is in the description. Or if you just like to gain free access to some of my instructions to some of my builds, you can use that same link and join my Patreon as a free member and you will never be charged. Okay, now back to this Jazz here though, let's talk updates, right? Because we got a lot going on here. So first off, we've got some hints of brown in here in various locations on Jazz's body. Because if you actually take a close look at the movie rendition of this guy, he actually has bits and pieces of brown around his legs, his arms, and ab section.
Oh.
But you see, what had happened was, when I built the version 2, that brown pile was looking a little hungry. Looking a little hungry? Yeah, it was looking a little starved. So I said, I bet, I gotta get my brown pile up, because it's not only Jazz, but there's a bunch of other Transformers that just have random bits of like brown and nougat colored mechanical parts embedded within their limbs. Okay, so we got the brown. Next up, ladies and gents, we're gonna have to throw a little respect on this chest design here, okay? Just a little bit, because we finally got the first successfully designed triple split chest.
Yeah, boy.
You've seen me do pretty much all of the other chests. We've got the diagonal chest design. I've done the vertical splitting chest design. And I've even done the middle portion of the chest folding in on itself chest design. Now, believe me when I tell you, I've definitely attempted the three-way chest splitting gimmick, but never with any success. Now, you see, I would actually consider something like this to be just slightly above average difficulty. In fact, I would actually consider it just a tier above basic. I think the word I'm looking for is avance. You saw I tried to contain it, right? You saw I tried to keep it professional in the beginning, but you just can't with things like these. It'd be like those moments in Lord of the Rings where people be around the ring and they fake like they don't really want it, but then it just take over.
Oh, shit! Hey, who mess is this?
Okay, well, I'm done. I'm good now. I'm good. We're gonna get back to jazz now. And the next thing we're gonna talk about is this newly designed head sculpt. Now, when I built the version 1 head sculpt, I didn't have like 80% of these pieces, so it came out looking almost entirely different. And this is the perfect example of what I was talking about before when I was saying the more pieces you have, the more doors open. Because never in a million years would I have thought that this claw piece on the side of Jazz's helmet here would work perfectly to represent the antenna or spikes that he has sticking up from them. Because it's such a random piece, but it just works so perfectly in terms of aesthetics here. And then coming back down to the chest, do you know how long I have been trying to achieve this aesthetic right here with the two grills in the middle with the tiny little division in the center there like that? Literally every time I tried to build Jazz, I spent like an hour or two trying to get this thing to look movie accurate. And then I got my hands on this random double-sided bracket here and was able to achieve it in like 10 minutes.
What?
And then this is also composed of a bunch of new pieces because with the version 2, I wasn't able to get this accurate gun aesthetic going here like I do now because I didn't have all of these various pipe and tube pieces. So I had to use a bunch of the same sized round brick pieces and it was just no. Now, along with all of those extra pieces that I used to enhance this guy's aesthetic in his robot mode, we've also got better balanced proportions and better articulation as well. So, in conclusion, the version 2 wasn't bad, but the version 3 was definitely worth it. And if you guys are interested in seeing another one of my Transformers 2007 movie mocks, I'll leave the link to my 2007 movie Ironhide version 2 at the end of this video.